we're getting Black Captain America confirmed for Marvel, and this is no surprise. It literally says in the article, which is not really a surprise if you've been following the MCU. So we're gonna get into a couple comments, and then we're gonna talk about this bigger, larger issue. We're getting Black Captain America this year, so let's not cancel 2020 just yet, said Leota Henderson, I believe that's how you pronounce her name, and on her Instagram story about the Black Lives Matter movement. Which I'm not fond of the Black Lives Matter movement, and it's not because black lives don't matter, it's because all lives matter. And you know, there's a lot of stuff going on in Hollywood where black people are just allowed to, anybody really, the way Hollywood supports it is black people are allowed to be openly racist towards whites, because there's no such thing as racism towards whites or whatever. So anyways, Marvel's big game spot from a few months ago saw Sam Wilson wielding and throwing Captain America's shield, but it was unclear if Sam would be using Cap's shield as the Falcon or fully becoming Captain America. Well, this is what he had to reply to that. I'm happy to say we are not canceled, we are on hold, so we're not going back, hopefully sometime soon to finish it up. We have very little stuff to do, but I am very happy with it. We have a little bit more to go back and do, but everybody rest assured it will come out. We are not canceled, Mackie told Fallon, because, you know, in this business, people are like, take a little break. We'll come back to it. That means they're never coming back to it, and he laughs. I'm like, man, I was Captain America for all of 2 weeks. This sucks. How did I get fired on my day off? That's funny. So it talks about how this essentially happened in the comic books. This happened in the comic books. This is really not a big deal and not a surprise. It actually looks great right there, this fan art. However, my problem with all this is that you're taking away credibility from Falcon himself as a standalone character. I would much rather see him get his own movie, his own, and stand alone as his own credible hero, the Falcon, which, instead of becoming a tokenized version of some white character like Captain America. And in the films itself, it would have actually made more sense for Bucky. From a writer's perspective, it makes more sense for Bucky to be handed the shield and reins for Captain America due to how strong their bonds were, how strong their friendship were, is in the movies, in the MCU, and how much Captain America risked in everything for this and for their friendship. How much Captain America risked. It really felt out of place and didn't make much sense from a writer's perspective within Avengers Endgame for him to have that moment with Falcon, with Sam Wilson, instead of Bucky. It really didn't make sense. It still doesn't make sense. I have no problem with him being, well, I say that I would rather him be Falcon, but I don't have like a huge problem with him becoming Captain America. This isn't a white-black thing. It just, from a writer's perspective, it made more sense. And of course, the Falcon that becomes Captain America is from the SJW version of the comic books. And I'm just so sick of tokenized versions of white heroes. Falcon was somebody that was really his own hero, had his own credibility. To make him a token, it just seems like, it just seems dumb. There's way too many female versions and minority versions of the exact same already existing white character. And it would have been better, in my opinion, if Falcon stayed Falcon and got his own movie and really got to build up his own credibility and stuff and to stand alone as a hero. And from, like I said, the story standpoint, it's so out of place and it feels so forced for this to happen the way it did. But I'm still looking forward to the Falcon and Winter Soldier series. There's a lot of rumors about the X-Men, about them possibly having Wolverine introduced over there, or the Weapon X program, and introducing mutants. I think all of these Disney Plus shows are probably going to be the gateway to the mutants and all that. Anyways, let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. What do you think of this? Do you think I'm just being racist or some nonsense about complaining about this? I'm really not. I just think things would have been better if, from a writer's perspective, Bucky became, it makes sense, Bucky becomes Captain America, the next Captain America, and Sam Wilson continues to stand on his own as Falcon, and even gets his own movie as Falcon and all that. You could have really built that up. Instead, he just becomes this black version of Captain America, essentially. I don't know if he's still going to have the wings and all that. I'm very curious to see how all that goes down. It would kind of look like an eagle if he still had the wings, which is interesting. But what do you think of all this? Leave your comments down below. And like, subscribe, share, stay awesome, rock on.